Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are in high school right now and you are thinking about university applications, then this video is definitely for you. In today's video, I will be talking about how I got into the University of the Western Cape, what I applied for, what oral hygiene actually is, because not a lot of people understand what oral hygiene actually is. So let's start with how I got into UWC. First of all, you need to be applying early. You cannot be waiting. This is something that I highly recommend, because university applications open around April or May and closing dates can sneak up on you. So here's what I did. I submitted all of the required documents and made sure that they were all certified. I chose my courses correctly, which is something that I can stress on right now. You need to choose your courses correctly. Don't be like, oh no, my friend's going to do engineering and yeah, we besties, we want to do the same thing. No, it's not about your bestie, bro. It's about what you want to do for the rest of your life. So you need to be thinking correctly. Am I going to enjoy this? Do I want to do this for the rest of my life? Now, don't be stressing about your applications and going to check like a maniac 24/7, because that's what I did, okay? But yeah, you want to check your application status regularly. You want to check if you got conditionally accepted. So how do you get conditionally accepted? So the specific course that you want to study, right, you're gonna have to go and see what the requirements are for that course, and you need to be on par with your grade 11 and your matric results. So if the course says it needs a level 5 in maths, you're gonna go and you're going to achieve the level 5 in maths or higher, or if it's English or whatever it is, right? So this is very important, and don't not be taking me seriously, please, because grade 11 and matric is very, very important when it comes to your application and whether you want to get accepted or conditionally accepted even. So if you are thinking about doing any health science related course or science related course, then obviously you'll want to meet those requirements or be above those requirements. You cannot be getting a level 3 when the requirement is a level 4 or level 5 and be expecting to get conditionally accepted. So you need to take your matric results and your grade 11 results very, very seriously. Now let's talk about the requirements for oral hygiene if you are thinking about studying oral hygiene. So according to UWC, you either need a English code 4 in home language or in first additional language. Then you need another additional language of a code 3. And then for oral health, for Bachelor of Oral Health, you need a minimum of 27 UWC points. So this means that you need a maths code 3 or math literacy code 4, but pure maths is kind of safer. So you need life science or physical science code 4. So the better your marks, the higher your marks, the better the chances of you actually getting into a university. So don't just try to meet the minimum requirements. You're gonna aim for higher, okay? You have to aim for a higher mark in all the subjects that are required for you to make the entrance into the university that you are wishing to apply for or wishing to get into. So I'm highly going to stress on you actually getting higher marks than the requirements. Now let's talk about oral hygiene as a profession itself, because a lot of people just think it's about brushing teeth. Oral hygiene is actually a profession where you scale and polish teeth professionally. You remove plaque and tartar. You educate patients about oral health, and education about oral health is very important to us because we help prevent diseases like gum disease, gingivitis, and periodontitis. And we work closely with dentists. And something that I learned this week is that once you get certified, you can go study an additional certificate which you can use to go and assist surgeons in theater, which is really interesting. And it doesn't stop there. You can even lecture in universities, and yeah, that's basically it. So it's like a mix of science, hands-on work, and patient care. And you will study things like anatomy and physiology, and it is really difficult, I'll say that. You will study oral biology and clinical practice. It basically focuses on prevention, which is such an important part of healthcare that a lot of people just don't understand. So I hope this makes things easier for you on what oral hygiene actually is. Now, here are some things I wish I knew before applying for oral hygiene. And this is some things that most people won't tell you, but let me break it down. So it's a clinical course where you'll eventually work with real patients, obviously. And it requires good time management. If you struggle with time management, I urge you to work on that and make sure that you become aware of your time and how you manage it, how you are spending your time, and whatever you are doing. Stop procrastinating, guys. Like, stop procrastinating, please. So, something that you need to be very comfortable with is working closely with other people. This means that you're going to be working very close with people. You are in their mouth. You need to be very comfortable with this. And things that are very important for you as someone who wants to study oral hygiene is that you need to be very good with your hygiene, professionalism, and communication. Guys, when they say communication is key, I'm telling you, communication is key. Also, once you graduate, you will need to register with the Health Professionals Council of South Africa, which enables you to practice. Without it, you aren't able to practice. Oh yes, guys, another thing that I didn't know is that as an oral hygienist, you can actually open up your own practice, which is something interesting that maybe a lot of people would consider. Other than doing dentistry or medicine, this is a very good course that you can do. It's a very, very professional degree because it enables you to open up your own practice as of 2021. So I hope you consider it. Now let's consider who should be choosing oral hygiene. So if you want to work in healthcare but you don't want to do dentistry for many years, you might want to consider oral hygiene. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, because I thought, okay, it's gonna be heavy like dentistry. Okay, yes, it is. On the very first day of orientation, I got told, or all of us got told, that oral hygiene is very difficult because it's packed into 3 years. It's dentistry packed into 3 years. So yeah, that's something I didn't know. But it's not as bad if you know how you are managing your time. And that's all I can say about it. You also enjoy working with people and you are interested in wellness and prevention. But I'm gonna be real. It's not easy. It requires a lot of consistency and a lot of discipline, especially going to class. But yeah, this is who should be considering oral hygiene, of course. So if you are in high school right now, this is the advice that I would give you. Number 1, start early. This means that whatever course that you want to do, whatever degree that you would like to pursue, or whatever it is that you want to do, you're going to start your research early and apply early. Don't be last minute, because this is your future. You cannot throw it away. Okay, you cannot throw it away. Number 2, you're going to want to focus on your marks. I know I emphasized a lot about this in the first part of this video, but you have to focus on your marks, especially if you want to do a health related degree. So you want to focus on getting really good marks in English or whatever language that you are doing at your school, maths, physics, and life science if you want to do health related courses. But yeah, number 3, this is a mistake that many people make, and I'm one of those people. You have to apply to multiple universities. Okay, you cannot just sit on thinking, okay, I have this choice, but this university is the only university that offers it. No, this is why you're going to do your research and apply for multiple courses that you feel interested in. Okay, this is something you want to do for the rest of your life. Okay, and you cannot be, why am I saying okay so much? Whatever, but this is your future. You cannot throw it away. So apply to multiple universities. And yeah, if you are writing NBTs or wanting to go to a university that requires to have an NBT written, you have to prepare well in advance. Okay, there is no option for you if you don't want to write that NBT. Apply to other universities if you don't want to. But universities like WITS, UCT, I think those are the only 2 at the moment. But if you want to go to those universities, you have to do well in those NBTs. And by doing well, you have to prepare very well for these NBTs. And my last portion of advice, please have backup plans. Because if you don't get into whatever it is that you want to do, for example, if you don't want to do, what am I saying? If you want to do medicine, then maybe think of doing something like Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Pharmacology or something, so it makes it easier for you to get into medicine. For example, this is just an example, I'm not giving you the route, but you're gonna have to make sure that you have backup plans, because if you don't get into what you want to do, at least you have a second option. At least you have other options that allow you to pursue something that you actually like. Maybe it's something that was written for you. Maybe something will take you on the path to what you actually want to do. So make sure that you apply for a lot of things. There's a lot of things, guys, not only just one thing. So please don't be like me and be an idiot and only apply to 3 universities. Please, guys. And most importantly, please don't compare your journey to someone else's. It may be different for everyone. Like, some people have to even take gap years if they don't get into university, either because there was no space, and that's a real issue in our country. That's a very, very big issue. And another thing is that maybe you just didn't get the marks that you wanted to. Don't lose hope. It's your journey, not everyone else's. It's not your friends, it's not your classmates, it's not the person that you are competing with. It's you. That is your journey. And basically, that's how I got into UWC. I didn't wait till the last minute. I made sure I got good marks in high school, in my matric year, and in grade 11. Well, yeah, that's how I got into UWC, and that's how I got into Oral Hygiene. It's a very, very difficult course to get into, because there are over thousands of applications every single year. About 14,000. There was 14,000 applications for Oral Hygiene at UWC in 2025. And only 30 people get considered. So it's a very competitive course. and you just have to make sure that you are the best of the best. So good luck to all of you, and if you have any questions, please drop them down below into the comments and I'll reply to as many as I can. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video to as many applicants who are applying this year, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching.